Well, welcome back to Thoughts While Thinking. And you gotta remember, the opinions here are mine and mine alone and nobody else's. And just want to keep it that way and don't get anybody in trouble but me. But that's the way it is, and I like it that way. And we may be rearranging some prejudice, but I don't think so. I think we're looking at the facts today. And we're trying to be in that 2%, that 2% that uh, thinks a little bit. Well, we got to think about thinking. And we got to remember that if we're doing any real thinking, we may offend somebody because we may end up uh, having a different opinion than somebody. But that's what makes the world go around and makes it good is that those differences in opinion. And today we've got a good subject and I like it, and I grew up with it, and I think that my prejudices are all wiped aside, and I'm just presenting the facts as I know them. And in 1865, the Texas slaves were free. That was about 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, and it was on June the 19th that the federal troops arrived in Galveston and took over the laws of the state after the war. And they freed the slaves in Texas. And so that's the reason we celebrate Juneteenth, and is because that was a big day for all the slaves in the state of Texas back then. And we celebrate that Juneteenth, and we have fun with Juneteenth, and we enjoy it, and we enjoy the black people enjoy Juneteenth, and we all get together. We're all in one stirred up in one deal, and we all love our freedom. And we know we learned from the past, and we made mistakes in the past, but we corrected those mistakes, and now we're all in one, and we need to be getting along a lot better with all in one. You know, there's some groups that's trying to separate us and make us think that we got a big difference in here and that we're all racist and stuff like that. But we just enjoy it. The freedom of the slaves. We enjoy our freedom. We enjoy our liberty. And our former slaves, the descendants, his liberty is at bigger risk as what the white people's is. But anyway, I'm not speaking for all the white people. I'm just speaking for me. And I'm not speaking for all the black people. I'm just speaking from observance and what I've participated in. And, you know, in Galveston, we've got all kinds of monuments and commemorations of the June the 19th in 1865. Well, that kind of reminds me of a little bit of a story about back when I was a little bitty kid. And my dad had parked in this country farmer's parking area there in Lubbock, and he was walking by and he saw this little boy. He was eating paper. My dad says, "Well, boy, what are you doing?" He says, "I'm eating paper." And my dad said, "What are you doing that for?" And he said, "Because I'm hungry." Well, my dad went around and tried to find his dad, and he did. And my dad told him, said, "You know, we don't have any money to pay you, but we got a place for you to live. We've got a garden, and we've got pigs, and we've got cows, and we've got plenty to eat. And all you got to do is help us work this farm and cotton patch, and you'll have a place for your feed your family and keep them safe and all the shelter." So that was the beginning of this deal with me and dealing with blacks. I was about 7, 8 years old or something like that, somewhere in there. And so Floretta was Jelly's mama, and Jelly was a little bit older than me, so he got us all in trouble all the time. But Floretta, she cooked all the meals and did all the washing and the cleaning and kept me and Jelly, and she spanked me and Jelly, and when we get in trouble, and she was too big and couldn't hardly get around very well, so she didn't work in the fields. So my mother worked in the fields, and Floretta just took care of us all. And I really loved that old boy. She would whack me, but she, when later on when I grew up a little bit more and saw Aunt Jemima on the syrup bottle, that reminded me of Floretta. But Floretta was a real sweetheart, and I just loved her to death. And she made me and old Jelly and those wash tubs, and she switched us, and we would have to go out and work in the cotton patch. They was teaching us how to chop cotton, at an early age like that, and we had to follow up on that. And so on June the 19th, Juneteenth, my dad would allow a big extra time at lunch, and we had a watermelon patch just right across from that cotton patch, and all of us would run over there, and we'd grab those watermelons, we'd bust them, and we'd just grab in there and eat those hearts out. And we just had a big fun. We'd get that watermelon all over us, and we'd be sticky for the rest of the day. But we would have fun during the time we was able to eat those watermelons and celebrate Juneteenth. And that's the way my first Juneteenth, and many more after that. That's the way we pretty well celebrated those things back then, because there's kind of hard times on everybody. And we had to work our tails off, and everybody had to work. And but we celebrated Juneteenth the best way we could. And going back to Galveston and the state of Texas and in Austin and every place, there's flags and statues all over the Freedom and Declaration of Independence and the Emancipation Proclamation. And we appreciate it, and we respect it, and we participate in the parades, and we participate in the barbecues and the parties, and we enjoy Juneteenth right along with the black people, and we enjoy it. We eat the watermelons, we eat the barbecue, and we have the parties, and we dance with them, and we celebrate Juneteenth. We have those little neighborhood celebrations, and sometimes we have those parades that we go downtown and watch go down the street. But most of our celebration is a barbecue in the backyard with a bunch of friends over, and we danced in the street with all of them, and we eat the barbecue watermelon. And we enjoy it, and we just appreciate the opportunities, and we like that Juneteenth, and we wish you a happy Juneteenth. And we got that flag 1997, and that flag represents, the star in that flag represents Texas. So now then, since it's a national holiday, they're saying it also represents United States, all the rest of the 50 states. Well, that's okay. Anyway, the curve in there, it represents the new horizon, and the red, of course, is the blood in the misery and everything, and the blue is the opportunities, and we enjoy that Juneteenth flag, and we enjoyed Juneteenth, and we're wishing you a happy Juneteenth, and it's adios amigos, and we'll see you on the flip side.